We are Linnea and Akela, and for the past 8 months, you guys have watched me build my dream home with Akilah by my side, watching every move, anxious to be done and on the road. And while the van is not 100% complete, Akilah and I have been living in it. Up until this point, you have witnessed the ups and downs of the van build, and while there is still more to come, here is a little bit of our life as full-time van dwellers, being at the mercy of the weather, getting lost in beautiful places, sleeping in the deepest silence we've ever experienced, and catching some of the most beautiful sunrises and sunsets. So here is a little bit of what this last month looked like. Gas and coffee first. Let's do this. Much better. All right, off we go. Basically, we are in the middle of nowhere on the western side of Oklahoma, but we ended up driving like a few hours into the middle of nowhere, and we are now at this really beautiful little lake. Look at this little beach. We have this all to ourselves. I have not seen a single soul out here yet, and I hope it stays that way. This is absolutely beautiful. I might just stay here for the rest of the week. Since I haven't had fuel for a few days now, I am so hungry and I just want some really good hot food. So I'm going to kind of set up our little area and get cooking. Let's go. I think I'm going to finish eating this in peace. See you later. I know you can basically only see my silhouette right now, but that is because I'm about to walk into that sunset and enjoy my tea and my dog and have a night where I just be still. You stole my heart, what is it that you do? Was great till you added colors. Like the moon needs the sun, we don't care about the others. Hello everybody, good morning. Alright Akilah, it's ready. Touch. Akilah, eyes. Okay. Akilah and I had a pretty scary night last night. And of course I didn't catch any of it on camera because that was not my first thought. But last night around, I would say 6 p.m, Akilah started getting a little weird. She wasn't very responsive to me. She couldn't really make eye contact with me. She was very off balance. Just some like neurological stuff was going on. This had happened 2 times previously, once in Colorado and once in Utah. Never to this extent though, and that's what really scared me. When it had happened previously, I had talked to a few people about it, and dogs pretty regularly, you know, scavenge up like mushrooms basically. So I cleaned up the van in case I needed to head out. It was ready, and I called an emergency vet. She said that she wasn't really too concerned because if something was toxic to Akilah, there should be more symptoms like vomiting, diarrhea, even jaundice. So I stayed up with her until 2 a.m. and then woke up about every hour just to check her vitals, check her gums, make sure that she was responsive. Really by about 2 a.m. she was already much better. So I don't know what the heck happened to her. I still think it was mushrooms. So maybe my dog went on a trip last night? I don't know. I was really worried about you. That was scary, dude. Like I said, she is perfectly fine. We did everything that we could. The vet told us not to come in. I'm sure Akilah's pretty tired from being woken up every 30 minutes as well. So I think we're gonna do a lot of sleeping today. All right, today is another day in Oklahoma. We've been here for 4 4 days, 3 days. Anyway, I think we're leaving today because I've actually felt really on edge throughout the nights. And I usually don't feel that weird when I'm alone in a place, so I'm just gonna listen to my gut and get out of here a little later this afternoon. That's how we do it! I would love to sit here and tell you guys that I never get scared when I'm like alone in the middle of nowhere 3 hours from any help. But I do. I suppose we don't need this. He drove away. Alright, back to cooking.
It was easier then, so much easier then. Oh, like that time I picked you up outside of school.
She's nibbling me. She's very happy this morning. I know, it's such a good morning. I know. I know. Oh, I know. Good morning. I love you too. Akilah's obviously doing much better. She's back to her normal happy self. Oh. Hair shower. No, do not jump from there. You're not that athletic. Good morning. I wanted to show you where we are because I ended up finding this really beautiful place kind of unintentionally. I turned off the main road and I very quickly lost service. It was pitch black because it was at night. I didn't expect anything special. When I woke up, I was like just beside myself because this place is so beautiful. To top it off, quickly found out that there is a beautiful river running like 20 feet from where I'm parked. So this place is just so cool. It feels like a really special little oasis that I have come upon. Quick little recap, Akilah and I left our spot in Oklahoma and we headed to Amarillo where we installed our swivel seat, and then we headed to Santa Fe where we restocked everything with hopes of being kind of in the middle of nowhere for a while now. The hope is to have a wonderful morning here and then head over to Natural Bridges in southern Utah. Now it's time for coffee and food. Ready, Akilah? Basically what you're watching is our routine in the morning. I make enough water for both of us and I rehydrate her food with some of the warm water that I make. And while that rehydrates and cools, I make my coffee. And just like that, we are two very happy morning people. Well, morning beings. Let's be honest, Akilah is a person. You're too entertaining.
Won't stop for traffic lights.
Alright, breakfast is done for both of us. Oh, now I have to do dishes and clean the van and then we're gonna head out. Now that dishes are done, we are going to house cleaning mode activated.
Girlfriend, you got me smiling brighter each day.
There's a bug in here. That's okay, he can stay in there. Happy trails, little guy. Have fun in my garbage drawer. And just like that, we have a pretty clean house. Yeah, I'm just picking up the last few things in camp so we can get moving. And I wanted to show you this new habit that we've created. Yeah, where she stands on my countertops to look out at all of the world. All right, load up. And we're here. The most beautiful desert sand. The sun is setting over there. Well, we are in Natural Bridges National Monument. These are the best times to go to any national monuments, national parks, even state parks. Because generally when the weather's nice, these places are just flooded. But when you go, there's still a little snow on the ground. Nobody else wants to be here. You get the whole place to yourself. Just like that, we're back home. Akilah and I have settled in for the night. Are you ready to go to bed? So once I settle in and have some tea, hopefully get some work done, I think we're gonna have an early bedtime, which is a pretty typical thing around here, I think. We are almost to our destination. The goal is to get to a more central area in Utah, and we should be there in the next few days. But we have some more exploring to do in this neck of the woods, huh? So we'll catch you in the morning. So I just woke up and the sun is kind of starting to rise. You can see it a little bit right there. So I'm going to try to find a sweet place to watch the sunrise. Hot water is on. Sun is coming up. It's insane. Apparently there are ruins over here, like half a mile over here. So we're gonna go hike and see if we can see them. Akilah has to stay in the van because dogs are not permitted on this trail.
Sometimes I'm all about the easy way. Sometimes I go for the gold.
Hello! Those ruins are so cool. So Akilah and I have finished our little trip in natural bridges, and there is absolutely no service here at all, none, and basically no other people, which is really cool in its own way. The downside is I have no idea how to get to my final destination from here. I think I know like the general direction. Us youngins rely on our phones, so of course I don't have a map. So I have just turned onto a scenic byway and I'm really excited about it. Do I know if it's in the right direction? Not really, but I think we're gonna have a great time. You probably knew all along what my intention. And we have made it to the desert where we are going to be settling in here for a few weeks. Check out these views. The cell phone service is so bad, but I have perched myself up on this little hill overlooking these beautiful red rocks. So while I'm not off on adventures, I will be coming back here to do work and settle in for a few days at a time. I cannot begin to tell you how happy I am to be back in the desert. And to top it off, there are baby goats here. These two were born maybe 2 weeks ago. So not only do I get to have my desert back, but I also have these cute, very tiny baby goats to play with. Should I take you? I should. In the van. Do you want to be a van goat? Do you? I like your funny ears. The best part about living full-time in the van for this last month was I was able to create a very comprehensive, detailed list of all of the things I need to tweak and add to the van. So next week's video is going to be all about the additions and the things that I want changed for my living situation. So if you're not already subscribed, subscribe right now, give this a like, and we will see you next week for some van improvements.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun.